Hey, Facebook followers. All right, so as I promised, we would be trying our best to keep you up to date on the film. The film is called Forsake Me Not. This is playing the younger version of myself, and of course, you know, the great blah blah blah. Anyways, so Max, did you ever think it would take this long to wind up going through this many shows? Take after take after take after take.
I didn't think it'd be this long, but I thought it'd be pretty.
Did you think it was going to be like if you had to shorten it or do something different, what would you have done?
Nothing. I thought it was pretty good. I liked the whole thing. It was good.
And your acting got much better, I do have to say.
Yeah.
And my acting, well, you know, I mean, I work in radio, folks. Come on, this is about as good as you're going to get here. So hopefully you will enjoy the final piece. So what I'd like to take my time to do now is kind of introduce you to some of the people, well actually the entire cast of people that helped out, because the one thing I have learned from having this really just kind of pop up out of nowhere as far as writing the screenplay, what I wound up doing turned out to be like the 8th revision. I think it turned out well. Some of the parts are improv, but you're not reading the script, so you don't know. So this is our main character, Max, and let us meet the man here. You can get up, Max, and we'll have the good teacher tell everybody your name.
Hi, Eric Millum here.
And where do you work?
I work over at the Tech Center. I am the TV video production teacher.
That's right. So you and I are pretty much going to be doing most of the editing of this.
That's correct.
And there are a lot of different shots that we took.
Oh goodness, yes.
Yeah. I started thinking to myself after we finished yesterday's scene of going, you know, holy cow, how does someone with $100 million budget, how did they go through the takes, and then you work the post, and then you work the sound, and then you go through everything else? Is this something that you teach your kids?
Yeah, we go through this all the time when we do projects. And when they do this, like with the movies or the big TV shows, you know, they're doing like dailies, so they're looking at things and rejecting and accepting things back and forth. So it's a regular ongoing process. But yeah, it is one of those things that you just do. You just have to end up going through
Just
and
knocking it
a little
out.
bit at a time, That's why when you see a movie announced, it can be years before you see the movie out.
Oh, yeah. So this is a short film, and the fact that it took as long as it did for 2 days, I'm
Yeah.
really surprised we were able to knock it out. So there you go.
All right, thank you.
This is the main man. Come on over here. This was one of the cameramen. Introduce yourself.
Hello.
Tired. Oh, you're so tired.
I am tired.
Well,
I
you
haven't
are
sat
tired.
in a while.
You had to tell everybody your name.
Hello, I am Rick.
And Rick was our camera guy. How much experience did you have with doing the whole camera work? In general, as far as like learning from Eric?
I've done a few things in the past. I've done some individual projects, some I've worked with others. I competed with Skills USA and got 11th out of 11th place on our video. But
Is that good or bad? Shouldn't it be like first?
It should be.
If you ain't first, you last.
Yes, that's true.
No, but you'll get better. So what? You're a senior now, right? Correct.
Yes.
So
Going
then,
on my senior year.
I think this is a good project for everybody that worked with, because it's going to be out of the norm to the point that not only the content, the subject matter, and the overall kind of theme of the short film is something you're probably not going to do during school hours.
Probably not. They don't let us leave.
Yeah, they look, earmuff it. But hopefully we'll have a lot of people watching. You were one of the camera guys. You did a great job. Thank you very much. My other camera guy, equally as talented, and guess what? I am an equal opportunity guy. He is, I don't know, a person of me. We're both minorities. I'm Latino, and he's laughing because I don't know what the fuck he is. Who cares? That's what really matters. Now let's talk. Wanted to say this to you here because you have a lot of talent, man. You are able to get a lot of these camera angles, and you helped me kind of work through this, because this is one I've done a lot of different stuff before, but I've never actually worked with many different people with different sound and film and different angles, and Eric helped out with a lot of the lighting. But you specifically really helped me out, so I want to thank you for that. You have a lot of talent, and hopefully the next projects we do will use all the same people. So you killed it, man.
Thank you. Well, I am Cameron Haley Matthews. I go to the Tech Center, and frankly, this is like one of the first times I've ever done anything this big. I mean, I've worked with my classmates before to make projects, video projects, but honestly, they were kind of small scale, and I kind of got used to how kind of the push and pull that goes with, you know, trying to, you know, have your vision like come into reality. So it was a fun experience.
Did you like the content? You like the overall story?
Definitely. As I saw him going back and forth with Max about how to portray their lines, took my breath away. It was just so entertaining to watch, like, how it actually happens, because for the longest time, my biggest fear of, you know, jumping into film was the fact that I recently learned that how long production takes on these movies and how much blood, sweat, and tears that the crew like to put into it. So actually being a part of it, my fears are virtually gone because it was an experience, and I will be I would just love to see the final product.
Oh, and you will, and everybody else will. Man, thank you very much for coming by. And last but certainly not least, come on, do you want to come on?
Yeah.
Of course he does. You big ham.
Yeah.
Now tell everybody your name and what you did on the film.
I am Jacob Buchanan. I was the audio guy. I was in skills for my first year. I did video production, and I think I placed fourth. And for my second year of skills, I did broadcast news, and I got second place, silver medalist. It was pretty good.
Very nice.
And I think I did a couple of small videographer jobs before this for some, you know, people that, like a counselor, a tech center, and whatnot. This is probably the first time I've taken up something like this, something this big.
Pretty big project that took a
Yeah,
long. It
yeah.
took a really long time.
Definitely, I won't judge you on that. It took a while.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think you're going to try to help Eric and I.
Yeah, I'm very
during
like
the
I'm gonna
editing
I'm gonna
process,
come
so-
in with editing
Awesome.
eventually.
Awesome. Are you going to do it, or are you going to chicken out on me?
She's going to do it. She's going to do it.
Get that recognition.
Because look, I did have a woman do it. And tell everybody your name, and you also go to the school as well.
See, the sexist rumors were a lie.
That's right. We have, this is a Skittle set. Every culture, religion, and race, everything is here.
Size.
Now, I really wanted to ask you, this scene, which is the opening scene, it was a little risque, but I noticed you started to get a little comfortable with that. Explain to the people kind of what was going through your mind as far as trying to work out this. We're not going to give it away, but let's just say it's a very risque scene.
I just wanted to have Max feel comfortable with a woman in the room, and then once they started doing a bunch of shots, I was like, I think he's fine with it, so I just...
I did notice that it took him a couple of takes to get, because, I mean, that particular scene was something that I literally went through. This whole opening scene is what happened. It was a crazy experience, and being able to watch Max really touch base on that was pretty entertaining, and you worked a lot of the sound. You know, what's interesting to me is that I don't think people think when they're watching film the boom and the adjustment and how you work with different mics, and you helped with the script on yesterday's deal, because Max and I, look, well, I'll just be honest, bless him, Max, we screwed up our lines way too many times, so there might be a blooper, who knows, but I know you're shy, but you did a really great job. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you go. I'm going to keep this baby up and posted. We still have to edit it, and as soon as we edit it and we officially watch it amongst all the people that were there, then it's going to be out in the world. So thank you guys very much for being a part of something normally I don't share on my show. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, well, as I always say on Friday,